So, hello students. So we start with chapter number 2, units and measurement. And in this video, we cover some of the basic topics of the chapter number 2. So first topic with will be physical quantities. Now what are the physical quantities? Physical quantities are those quantities which are measurable, which can be measured. That quantities are called physical quantities. For example, distance, time, mass, that quantities are called physical quantities. And take an example, suppose we hate someone. Now we cannot measure that how much we hate someone, or we love someone, we cannot measure how we love someone, right? So that love, hate, anger, that cannot be counted as a physical quantities, right? Next, fundamental quantities. Fundamental quantities also known as basic quantities. So, what are fundamental quantity? Fundamental quantities are those quantities that do not depend on any other quantities, like length. Length does not depend on other quantity. Mass. Mass does not depend on other quantity. Time. So these are the example of fundamental quantities or basic quantities. Now next, what are derived quantities? Derived quantities are those quantities that are formed by multiplying or dividing any two or more fundamental quantities, like speed. Now, what is speed? Speed is distance upon time. So, speed is formed by dividing two fundamental quantities. Similarly, area. Now, area is side square. So, it is formed by multiplying two time distance, right? Velocity, acceleration, force, momentum, these are derived quantities because these are formed with the help of multiplication or division of two fundamental quantities, right? So in this slide we studied mainly three topics: physical quantities and types of physical quantities, right? Next, what is unit? A unit is taken as the definite amount of physical quantity. Means suppose the unit of money is rupees. So we fixed a fixed amount to be 1 rupee, and every measurement which is to be measured in the multiple of that amount. Suppose we give money to someone 100 rupees. That means 100 is multiplied by that definite amount, that forms 100 rupees. Now, what is written in this slide? To express the measurement of physical quantity, we need to know two things: the unit in which quantities is measured, the numerical value or the magnitude of the quantities, that is to be number of times is contained in the given physical quantity. Now, what does it say? It says that if we have to measure any physical quantity, we must know two things: the unit. Suppose we are giving money to someone, we must know that we are giving money to someone in lakhs or in crores, and how much, 2 crore, 3 crore. And say, let us an example of mass. Suppose we are measuring the mass. So in which unit we are measuring the mass? In kg, gram or milligram, and how much? So that how much is magnitude, numerical value, and that kilogram or milligram or gram is size of unit. So the formula is q equals to nu, where n is numerical value and u is size of unit. Example, length of the table 5 meter equals to 500 centimeter. Clearly, smaller the size of the unit, larger is the numerical value associated with the quantity. This is very simple. Smaller the unit, suppose we take centimeter over there, then the magnitude will become large, 500. And if we take bigger unit, then the magnitude will become less. Because q equals to nu is always constant, right? That means n is inversely proportional to u, or you can say nu equals to constant. We can also write as n1 u1 is equals to n2 u2. That means 5 into 1 meter equals to 5 into 100 centimeter, because 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter. So in this slide we define unit and the formula for determining any measure of a physical quantity. So next, move to next slide. Standard unit: any unit which are called standard unit. The standard unit of amount of physical quantity choose measure the physical quantity of same kind is called physical unit. Characteristics of standard unit: it should be well defined, it should be convenient size, it does not change with time, it should be easily reproducible, it should be indestructible, it should be internationally accepted, and it should be easily accessible. That means if we take any unit to be standard unit, it should be well defined. We must know what its conversion. Suppose we take SI unit of length is meter. So we must know how meter can be converted to centimeter, how kilometer can be converted to meter. Second, it should be of convenient side. That means its conversion should be not very large, right? Suppose we convert meter into centimeter, it is 100 centimeter, right? It should not change with time. That means if today is 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter, it does not happen that after 20 years 1 meter will become 1000 centimeter. It should be constant with time, right? It should be easily reproducible. That means it should be easily convertible. Okay, so these are the characteristics of the physical unit, or you can say standard unit. Okay, so student, this is the end of this video. In this video, we discuss basic part, what is unit and what is physical quantity and its type. Next video, we explain what are the types of unit. Okay, thank you.